So, we have had some drama last week in the heavy metal world, initiated by Cate Blanchett, of all people. I love Cate Blanchett, she is such an icon, she's such an icon!
Look, Best Actress, I mean, it is extremely arbitrary considering how many extraordinary performances there have been by women, not only in this room. What is this? It's this patriarchal pyramid where someone stands up here. Why don't we just say there is a whole raft of female performances that are in concert and in dialogue with one another? Can I tell you, every single woman, whether, you know, television, film, advertising, tampon commercials, whatever, you're all out there doing amazing work that is inspiring me continually. So thank you. I share this with you all.
Icon. So this happened on the Graham Norton show, where she was there promoting her new film Tar, along with Margot Robbie, who was promoting her new film Babylon. And I can't wait to see both of those movies. They look amazing. And on the show, Margot Robbie admitted that she was a heavy metal fan and that she'd been to Slipknot shows.
I don't know if I was full goth, very emo though.
Okay.
And I listened to like only heavy metal music, and I would dye my hair black and only cut it with a razor blade. I like it. Like I remember, I'd go to I remember going to the Slipknot concert. And the most I've ever been, at the time I was on Neighbours, I have never had more people come up to me, ever, than at a Slipknot concert.
And Cate Blanchett was a bit surprised and was like, oh, do people actually like heavy metal?
Does anyone like heavy metal music? Was that something you genuinely liked?
I still genuinely like it.
So the first I heard about this was actually when I was at work. I was listening to the radio and they talked about this and they were like, oh, Cate Blanchett was being really snobby, she was being really superior and like belittling Margot Robbie for her taste in music, and we expected better of her. So I got home at midday and watched the clip, and then when I got home after work, I watched the entire show. And she's not being snobby, she's not being superior, she's just, she is genuinely listening to what Margot Robbie is saying. Like, she's genuinely interested, she's surprised, and I think this is just coming from a place of ignorance. Like, she doesn't know about heavy metal, she doesn't know anyone who plays heavy metal or listens to heavy metal, because for people who are on the outside, it kind of has a bad reputation. It's like, oh, it's just a load of noise with a load of men just randomly strumming guitars and waving their hair around. I know, I used to be one of them. But then I actually listened to it and I realised that that's actually not the case. And I strongly, firmly believe that there is a heavy metal band out there for everyone, because there is so many different things. They're all different, they all kind of use different genres. The one thing they have in common is there's a lot of guitars going on. Loud guitars going on. But again, I firmly, firmly believe that there is something out there for everyone. So I came up with a little list of bands that I think Cate Blanchett might like. She strikes me as someone who is very educated, very highbrow, someone with taste. So the first band I want to recommend is Iron Maiden, because you gotta start with the classics. And speaking of classics, Iron Maiden pull a lot of their inspiration for their songs from classic literature, which is why I think they're pretty appropriate. Namely the album Brave New World, which is pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of dystopian, sci-fi, even history. They will take you through Aldous Huxley's writing. They will take you to ancient Egypt. They will take you to Japan. They will take you into space. They've been going since 1975 and are as iconic as Cate Blanchett, even though their songs don't get played on the radio or get a lot of publicity. And they have brought out a neck-breaking 41 albums since they started. And they are still going. So yeah. The second band I want to recommend is Nightwish. This is a symphonic metal band from Finland, and it usually goes down really well with people who have never listened to metal before or don't listen to metal before, especially with those who are into classical music, because their composer Tuomas Holopainen does pull a lot of inspiration from movie scores and works with a symphonic orchestra in order to record the albums. They also use classically trained vocalists who are women, which usually makes it easier to palette. And again, Tuomas Holopainen inspires his lyrics from a lot of literature, specifically fantasy and horror literature, like the song Dark Chest of Wonders, that's a Stephen King reference. There's a lot of Stephen King references in Nightwish lyrics. The song Edema Rue, that's from the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. What, did you think I was gonna make a video about metal and not talk about books? Yeah. Last of the Wilds is a Trudi Canavan novel, so yeah, his book collection probably looks a lot like mine. And just to prove how evil heavy metal people actually are, here's something you need to know about this guy. He is a massive Disney nut, and dedicated an entire album, and I swear this is true, to the youth of Scrooge McDuck. And it's not like the music from the TV show, it's like epic movie score music, but Scrooge McDuck. I swear I'm not making this up! So yeah, evil. Band number 3, Avantasia, is a opera metal band from Germany. Again, lots of symphonic, beautiful lyrics, beautiful singing going on. Tobias Summit, their composer and lyricist, is super good at poetry. Like, brilliant at poetry. Every album is a concept album which tells a fantasy story. My favourite one is Ghost Lights, which tells the story of a scientist who wants to play with time to try and get all human beings to live at the same pace, if that makes sense. And I especially recommend the song Let the Storm Descend Upon You because, musical genius. Tobias Summit is also a really evil person. Here's a clip from an interview to just show you how evil he is.
I like winter, I like Christmas. I like feeding birds in winter, which gives me great joy. And yeah, it's okay. Still, I prefer summer. What was the question again?
Yeah, I know. How do I listen to people like this and their music? It's just, Band number 4, Myrath, this band. So this is a Franco-Tunisian band. And I like them a lot, they just make me happy. Their songs are very upbeat, and they mix heavy metal with traditional Middle Eastern music, and it's amazing. And as I say, their songs are very positive, they're also like full of just good positive vibes. They make me happy, and I think they'll make you happy too. Band number 5, The Storyteller. This is a band from Sweden, and they pretty much do what they say on the cover. They are very old school heavy metal, and all their songs are like old school fairy tale horror stories. Beware the monster that lies in the lake because it will come and eat you. I mean, they do it way better than I do. So if you're into like mystery, horror stories that are like grim fairy tale-esque, definitely check this band out. They are super fun and I strongly recommend. Also, this is the most beautiful album cover I own. Just saying. Band number 6, Wintersun. Wintersun is one of my favourite bands in the world. It's like my top 3. This band is also from Finland with very epic tones to them. Their composer Jari Meinpää is just insane when it comes to composing. The guy took like a, 7-year-long break before album number 1 and album number 2 because he needed to learn how to use all the equipment in order to create the musical world that he wanted. And that includes learning how to use Photoshop in order to make the album artwork. This man is the very embodiment of dedication. The only problem with that is it takes an awfully long time for the music to come out. We are still waiting for time 2. But anyway, that again, very poetic, very incredible soundscapes, a lot of which are about snow and nature, because again, these people are evil. And this man has a voice that will make even the darkest of souls cry. Like this, like you hear his voice, you just cry. His songs just make you cry, no matter who you are. And the final band I want to recommend in this video is Saor. And the reason this band sprung to mind is because fellow Lord of the Rings co-star Sean Astin made a promotional video for them.
You have a metal band, a Scottish metal band, and you're called Saor, which is great. You got Saor. Okay, so it's a metal band, and Forgotten Paths. Forgotten Paths. Forgotten Paths. Am I saying it right?
It's just the cutest thing ever. Like, we love you, Sean. Big Sean Astin fans here. So Saor is a one-man project from Scotland, run by a man called Andy Marshall. Again, there's a lot of folklore, legend, Scottish, just geography and nature pumped into these songs. This man managed to render mist in musical form. If that doesn't make you pause, I don't know what will. So after all of that, I hope I have convinced you that heavy metal is worth listening to, and there is gonna be something out there for everyone, because there really is all kinds of everything. And I also strongly recommend that people go to see metal shows, like even if you're not into metal, because it is just such an experience. Everybody's super friendly, super sweet. No matter who you are, you'll be welcome. The next show I'm going to see is Ghost in May, and I can't wait. And you're all welcome to come with me, and we'll have a party, and it's going to be great. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching my video, and Cate Blanchett, I hope that this has been useful to you in some way or another. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!